But because Mercury, I think, is about to go into retrograde again.
Oh, okay.
You know, that may have something to do with
and
it.
also my buzzer. How strange is that? My buzzer is out.
Well, maybe someone out there didn't want me to get here.
So, no, I think they did. Well, you know
At
what?
least I made great
Between
time.
me and you, Richard, we're a lot of energy. So that's what's
Mhm.
happening. So just hang in there. Either way, it's going live on the radio. So we've just been having some Facebook
Yeah.
issues. So what the first thing I want to do is while we wait, Avery's going to call in at 9:20. The first thing I want to do is you just had a show in your hometown.
I just went back to my hometown. Well, I've been working for the last year on a one-man show, and the first time I was here, we were talking about
I
that.
know. I'm so excited. For
Jay
you.
Rogers directed me. Brian Summers was my musical director, and it really is my journey. It's the story of a little boy growing up in Conway, South Carolina.
I love the pictures too.
Yeah, thank you. Who dreamed of being in show business. As a matter of fact, I say in the show, I wanted to be in show business before I even knew what it was. And so we've created this one-man show. It was very different. Performing it here in New York, it was really about my peers in New York, people that I've gotten to know over the past 40 years. We did the show on the actual anniversary of my arriving in New York. So going to South Carolina 2 weeks ago to do it was very interesting because it was my family was in the audience.
Wow.
My sister said to Danny, my husband, you know, Mama's very nervous about what Ricky's going to say in the show.
Oh my God.
Because I'm Ricky
really?
in South Carolina.
Right, I know.
And
you know, I met a friend of yours, and I can't remember her name now, but she was visiting.
Beth.
Yeah, and she calls you Ricky.
She calls me Ricky, and Beth is very much a part of the show.
Yeah.
So it was a very different story. You know, it was the same story, but the energy was very different.
Wow.
And because they remembered those details of of me performing on the front steps of my high school and all the things that I did. But the second part of the show was about those early years in New York, which was completely new to everybody.
Wow.
And so they were hanging on to every word. It was a lot of fun. And
boy.
And now I have decided to call the show Richard Skipper, An Evening with Richard Skipper.
What did you? What
The
was
Magic
the
of Believing. It was called From Conway to Broadway.
Oh, okay.
Because my hometown is Conway, and the quest to go to Broadway.
Right.
But you know, everything happened because when I was 13 years old, and I talk about this in the show, I was reading a book called The Magic of Believing.
You told me
by
that. I
Claude
love
in
that
Bristol.
interview we did.
And I'm reading the book on August 5th, 1974. True story, everyone. I closed the book and I went in and announced to my parents that 5 years from today, I'm going to go to New York. And of course, my parents, as I say in New York, I said my parents thought I was speaking in tongues.
Oh my God.
Which is something they do a lot of in South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But when I was in South Carolina, I didn't say that. I said it just seemed like I was speaking a foreign language.
Right.
See, the difference is because I didn't want to offend anyone.
Right.
Because they do speak in tongues in South Carolina.
Right. See, that's the thing is you have to adjust shows for where where you are.
So now I hope to take the show to Las Vegas.
I am so excited, and I know where
Avery Summers is watching us.
Oh my goodness.
She's going to call in.
Hi, Avery. We're so excited that you're calling in. So we have Jay Rivera, Bart McLaughlin, Peter Sloknik. Avery, of course, is watching. She's going to call in. And we had a few problems with Facebook today, but don't worry about it.
You know what I think it is?
What do you think
it's because Bill has spent too much time in church.
What?
Bill Goffey.
Oh, Bill.
I've been reading your threads.
Oh, Bill.
Yes.
Hey, Billy Goffey. How are you? Paul Marturano is here. Leo
Rodriguez.
Oh my God.
November 4th. I'm going to be in the audience.
He is coming to your show.
I got my tickets.
Let me make sure you're in the frame. So Leo is in California right now. He flew to his hometown. Isaac Arietta is here. Gene Simpson Dunn is here. Kenny Green is here.
Oh, I
Rick
love
Keats.
Kenny Green.
Kenny Green's amazing.
He plays Emery's Crisis. And I was reading an article.
I know. Kenny's amazing.
I know. I was reading an article the other day about Leo Rodriguez.
Leo put Richard Skipper Celebrates up there.
Is that Marie's Crisis? That's where Danny and I met.
Is that true?
At Marie's Crisis. And it is now on the map on a level that has never been before. I think it's because of you, Kenny.
Well, Kenny does promote it quite a bit.
Yes.
He gets around and he tours constantly and musically directs so many things. And
I was a singing
Yvette,
waiter
you know
there.
Yvette Clark?
Oh, of course.
My God. She's doing a show.
In 1990, Danny comes in on Memorial Day weekend, and we have been together ever since.
I love that.
Married. We just celebrated our 8th wedding anniversary on
Wow,
October 1st.
so that's 21 years.
Yes. No, we've
That
been
you've
together.
known each other.
Yes, but we've been together 30 years. You know, and when we got married,
I love
Carol
it.
Channing called me up and she said, "How long have you been together?" And I said, 21 years. And she says, "And he still married you."
I love it. That's great.
It was great.
Danny's a great guy.
Oh, he's great. I'm lucky.
Everybody,
I'm lucky.
yeah. Well, you know what? It's a two-way street, honey. So
Oh.
you know that. So
Chris
DePiero,
Oh my God.
he's hot. He's
Yes.
hot. He's our friend. He's also a filmmaker, an amazing filmmaker. As a matter of fact, he filmed a movie that Susie and I just went to LA for. It was in a film festival, and Chris DePiero is the filmmaker. So it's a Chris DePiero film. It's called the No Matter What Club. It's going to be in New York, November 3rd on a Sunday. So we're excited about that. Leo was in LA. Leo, we're so excited for your show.
I can't wait.
November 4th.
Yes, I've got my tickets. Everybody come, please.
And then he's got one in December on this his birthday, his actual birthday, which I think is December 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Leo, you're welcome to post all that stuff up there.
I think that he is going to be turning 25, Leo.
Double that, yeah, 25, right? Well, he doesn't mind. He's all excited about turning 50. He said it.
I am going in February. I'm turning 59. 59! I can't believe it.
Listen, we're here.
I know.
That's
Thank
all
you.
I can say. We're here and we're doing great things, and that's what matters. Okay, so tonight, the reason that I have Avery calling in and Eric is because Richard's reached out to me, and Richard often does reach out to me. We communicate quite a bit, and we love each other. And he said, "I got someone great that you need to get."
Let me tell you a little bit about Avery Summers.
Please.
Michael Massey, all of my shows, I did Richard Skipper Celebrates. All of my shows opened with a montage that Michael Massey put together for me. Michael Massey, look him up. He does phenomenal work. And Michael Massey was booked to perform at Bemelman's Bar at the Carlisle. And I went in, I was asked to come in one night when he was there. I walked in, and as I walked in, Avery Summers was singing.
Wow.
And I went, "Oh my God, who is this, this voice?" So I went over, I gave her my card. She gave me her card. And I said, "I would love to have you on the show."
Wow.
So Avery Summers was asked, she was in our show. And I don't want to say I have anything to do with this, but I have something to do with this. So in the audience was KT Sullivan. And KT Sullivan asked her to do the Cabaret Convention, which is one of the things that we want to talk about. Yep. The Cabaret Convention is coming up, and it's going to be Monday, October 28th through Thursday, October 31st. We would be here for 3 hours
I know,
if I mentioned all the guests.
But
that were going to be
I'm going to focus on, and we'll show this again, this particular night, which is October 31st, is the night that Avery and Eric Eves Garcia are going to be on. You're on the same bill.
And it's KT Sullivan's birthday that night.
Oh, how wonderful. What a great night to have a birthday.
Now,
it's Halloween.
The Cabaret Convention is celebrating their 30th year. And it used to be Donald Smith.
That's a big deal.
30 years, who we are. And what they do is, I call it a poo-poo platter of the best of cabaret.
Well, you're
right.
If
any of you, I know you've got people from all over the world listening to your show.
Yep.
If you happen to be in New York,
there's Avery right there.
There she is. And where is Eric?
Eric, we're going to find
Can you
Eric.
Find his picture?
Yeah.
It's like find him in a crowd.
I know. So go ahead.
There's so many people there.
Here's Eric.
There he is. So if you're going to be in New York at that time, you can go to the Cabaret Convention, and then after the shows, all the performers are in town, and it's wonderful that Avery was asked to do the Cabaret Convention, and she called me up and she said, "I would love to perform in New York." I called Kenny Bell at the Laurie Beachman Theater, and she's doing a brunch show.
I know.
November 2nd at 2:00 in the afternoon.
I printed it out, and we'll hold it up again a million times. But
I'm all about numbers, and the fact that we got her at 2, I think it's lucky, and it's a great way to begin.
November 2nd, 2 p.m. It's a Saturday. It's a brunch show, and this is at the Laurie Beachman Theater. So if you want to see Avery Summers at the Laurie Beachman Theater on November 2nd, and I think 2:00 is a great time, to tell you the truth, because I work nights, so I miss everything. I miss all the great stuff. And personally, I think a lot of people really prefer to go to it an earlier time slot.
And her musical director is Dana Pirot. If you don't know who he
I
is,
don't.
he is a phenomenal musician. We'll talk a little bit about that when she calls in.
Okay.
But she's got incredible musicians. She's got a voice that, she was on Broadway in, I was listening to an interview today with her.
Chicago.
And she was in Platinum with Alexa Smith, who was in Follies and was a big, movie star, I think at Warner Brothers Studios and everything. Avery Summers is the real thing.
I know.
I cannot say enough about her. Everybody who's watching, and when you're going to fall in love with her when she calls in, please reserve to see her show.
Right. And if you do want to get tickets to the Cabaret Convention, I believe it's jazz.org, believe it or not.
No, it's actually, go to the Mabel Mercer Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you don't know who Mabel Mercer was or is.
Founded by the Mabel Mercer Foundation. I was just looking it up online. If you go to Jazz at Lincoln Center, you can get through that way, or you can get through the Mabel Mercer Foundation way for seating. So those are the two ways. Let's see. It says, yeah, you're right, Richard.
Mabel Mercer was one of the greatest interpreters of songs. Have you ever listened to her?
Of course.
I mean, Frank Sinatra said that she was his favorite singer.
I believe
and she didn't have the greatest voice in the world, but she would sit on a stool and she would just sing out. And I think Danny's on his way in.
Well, that's my neighbor Danny, but I told him to buzz Danny in.
But she was the greatest interpreter of song. Now, Donald Smith started the Cabaret Convention, and when he passed on, he passed the torch to KT, and it couldn't be in better hands.
Right.
KT Sullivan is one.
Well, she knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I am so thrilled. I am going on the 30th. They are celebrating Judy Garland. This year is the.
So every night is a different theme.
Every night is a different theme.
Which is really great.
Now, what is the theme of the 31st?
I checked.
Besides great singers.
What it is thanks for the memory, celebrating 30 years of the Cabaret Conventions. And that's the theme for that night. So I guess that it just encompasses everything, because it's the wrap up of all 4 nights.
Let me just do Erin Lee Battle, Celia Burke, Margot Brown, Shayna Farr, Eric Eves Garcia, Sean Harkness, Christian Holder, Lena Katrakis, Lauren Leonard, Becky Menzie, Tom Michael, Susie Mosher, Vivian Reed, Gretchen Reinhagen, Anais Reno, Josephine Sanchez, Marcus Simeone, Avery Summers, Sandy Stewart, Mark William, Anna Amber Frey Wright. The only 2 people that are not on that list are you and me.
And I'm okay with that.
Well,
I'm okay with being an observer.
Yeah, you too.
Sometimes it's just, oh my God, who's entered? But Danny, hi Danny. You are a star. Danny dropped Richard. Richard literally flew out of the car and came up here. How are you, sweetheart?
He's going to say hi. This is Danny. He's very rarely on camera.
But he's cute as a button. You can sit anywhere you want, Danny. You are welcome to. All right. So Avery, if you're listening, sweetheart, you just call in anytime you like now. And we're going to interview Avery. So I was watching. I listened to a lot of Avery's music today. Mm-hmm. I went on YouTube and listened to a lot, and also watched an interview with her, and I was really, really taken. So I'm really excited about that. And
she's got a great energy, and to me, she's like the Earth Mother. I mean, she's got that great big. I've often thought that in another life I was an African American, buxom, big, female singer.
Well, you might have been. I
may have been that. And Avery Summers is the real thing. I just love her so much.
Oh, here we go. She's calling in now.
I love her.
Hi, Avery. Hold on, sweetheart. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. This is Maria Gentili. Thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, I'm very excited and happy to meet you.
You too, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yes.
Now,
hi, Avery.
Yeah, Richard
We've been singing your praises here.
Singing your praises, and so Avery. I got to tell you, I had never met you. I'd heard your name, but so I wanted to do some research to educate myself on who was calling in, and I got to tell you, I was really, really moved by what I saw and heard, and on many different levels. So I want to tell you that what I picked up just from watching interviews, and when you speak in the interview, you're very soft spoken, just very quiet, very polite. And then I heard you sing, and you just, I thought, whoa, well, like the two people almost are two different people, you know? So
Thank you.
anyway, you have a show coming up at the Laurie Beachman. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yes, I'm very, very excited about it. Very excited. Richard actually is responsible for me going into the Laurie Beachman. I did a show that he produced and starred in at Laurie Beachman almost exactly this time of year last year. And I met him at Zimmerman's, and he gave me his card. I gave him my card. We connected, and I'm so thrilled and so happy to have met him, because this man is a ball of fire.
Yeah, he really is.
Danny says I'm so stressed out all the time.
Well, because then
he is a ball of fire, and I was on his show with several other wonderful people, and that night we talked about possibly doing a show in Laurie Beachman, and I'm so glad I reached out to him and said, help, I need some help, and he has been on the ball with getting me out, getting interviews, getting articles in the paper. He would just say, hey, good morning, Avery, it's Monday. Then he launches into these things about what you like, what is it? I've just been on the ball, and it's just amazing.
Now, Avery,
and
before you leave us tonight, I want to hear just 6 bars. You can do more if you'd like. Blue Skies.
Blue Skies?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that's one of my mom's old favorites too.
I know. I do my research.
I know. I was listening to that that wonderful interview from the South Florida television station that you did. Maybe last year. I think it was June of 2018.
Oh yes. Okay.
And that was.
Oh gosh.
Well, Richard is asking, you don't have to do anything, Avery. You're a legend. So
I do want to say something that really impressed me as I was listening to this interview, Avery. You did Broadway. You've toured all over the country. I was impressed. I didn't even know until today that you appeared with Alexa Smith in Platinum.
Yes.
But what I took away from that was you deciding that you wanted to, for lack of a better word, settle back a little bit and do it at your own pace. So I think that's phenomenal, that you knew when it was the right time for you in your point of life to do that. And the fact that you are totally in control of every aspect of your career now.
And I got that from listening to you as well, Avery. And one of the things that I loved that you said is you said that what you love, you wanted to just sit in the crooks of the piano and sing when and what you wanted.
Yes, absolutely.
That really spoke to me.
Absolutely. It's wonderful. And I'm so grateful to have done the wonderful Broadway shows and the major tours and things like that. But I watched several people that I love, and I thought, man, I want to wear a gorgeous gown, and I want to strike the downbeat of my song, and I want to stand in the crook of a gorgeous grand piano and, have the light shining on me. Because let's face it, all of us who are in this business, we want the light shining on us. Come on.
Well, that's the reason we went in. We were drawn to it in the first place, I think.
Yes. I think so.
It's a calling, and I got that. I also love that you started singing in church. I think most of us do.
Yes, I was 5 years old. Listen, at that time, when your parents said do something, you just did it. And my mom said, get up, baby, and sing. And I got up and I sang,
But I do remember that you said that your sister gave you a nickel to do it. So it was your first paying job.
It was my mom that gave me the nickel to do it, and I had to have my sister hold it because it was burning a hole in my hand while I was singing.
That's fantastic. So talk just briefly about the Broadway shows that you did do, because that's very impressive as well.
Well, I did Ain't Mistaken on Broadway. I was very new to New York. I was what I call zipped up to here and down to there. And I walked in and I auditioned for Ain't Misbehaving. And I guess out of 3 states, out of Connecticut and New York and New Jersey, I was the person that they chose. I was so green. I'm so scared. I did not know anything about New York, anything about Broadway, but I had some great people working with me. As a matter of fact, Bill Carter, who was leaving the show, really was someone who took care of me. She said, here, this is what you will need to know. Here are the people you should really need to understand. We will understand you when you're going into a new show following somebody like myself who originated a role. It's very difficult.
Wow.
Very difficult.
Well, I love the story that you told that you went to 57th Street for an audition and you ran into somebody that we all know and love.
Yes, I did. I had an audition, and so I walked from 49th Street to 57th Street. I didn't know where it was. I was looking at all these gorgeous tall buildings. I walked into my building and walked into the elevator with all of these numbers at the top. I pushed my floor, and by the time I got off, I was the only person there. I looked to my left, there was nobody, and to my right, I ran right into Tommy Tune's waistline.
Tommy Tune's waistline. I love that story.
It is true. And when I looked around again, he was leaving, and he had on the longest mink coat I had ever seen in my life.
That sounds like Tommy.
That's a fantastic story. And you know, Avery, he told me the same story about you. He said, you're not going to believe who ran into my belly button, but it was that famous Avery Summers.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
So we're excited about your show, and we've already posted, Avery, of our friend Leo Rodriguez is really amazing. He's already posted all the links to your show and how people can get tickets. So we're going to keep talking that up. And also,
if I can interrupt for a second,
please.
I know also, Avery, that you are returning to the Cabaret Convention. This is, was it 2010 that you last appeared in the Cabaret Convention?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
What are your memories of appearing in the Cabaret Convention? Maria and I were talking about that early on, and what you would like to put out as a message to our listeners about what the Cabaret Convention is all about.
Well, it was 2010. I was very excited. Donald Smith was still with us, and I got a call to come and do the Cabaret Convention. It was very, very exciting. I have never seen that many people in a hall before in my life. To stand in the middle of the stage and to sing a song and have Donald on the side when I was in my rehearsal was nothing short of miraculous. He was one of the most caring, loving, sweet people, and it's just an amazing forum to show what you can do and how you can approach a song, because these songs have all been done hundreds of times by hundreds of amazing people, and hopefully at some point you can put your own spin on it, and that's what I'm hoping to do.
What did you sing the first time at the Cabaret Convention?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't remember.
I wonder if there's a record of all the songs.
I wonder. I don't know, but you know what? I've never been to it because I do work nights and I sing myself, so I don't get to go to a lot of these things, but I hear so much from other people. And that's why I am, and we want to let people know there are 4 nights, but I'm going to choose October 31st because 2 of our favorites, Avery and Eric Eves Garcia, who he's calling in after you. And I hear that you two know each other as well.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. What a gorgeous young man he is.
He's one of my best friends. Yes, he is gorgeous, and he's as lovely a human being as he is easy on the eyes.
Yes, he is.
So you're going to be there the same night.
And witty. I mean, one of the wittiest men that I think I've ever met.
Well, no one's as witty as you, Richard.
Well, that's
all.
true.
There is 2. And Avery.
And Avery is also going to be making an appearance with Anthony. Is it Will or Anthony?
Anthony Nunziato.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is this? A songwriter, amazing songwriter, and you're going to be doing one of his originals, right?
That's correct. Yes, yes.
Great.
Monday night in the Bruno Walter Auditorium. So I'm very excited about that. It's a
Okay.
great week.
So you have a busy stretch of time coming up.
Yes, I do. Very excited. Very, very excited. I'm going to have to plant my feet very firmly on the ground because I want to just jump off the planet. I'm so excited.
I know.
Avery, what's your process? I mean, being in Florida and Dana is here in New York, in terms of putting a show together long distance, what advice do you give to someone doing something like this?
Well, Dana and I are very, very dear older friends. We know each other from South Florida. So we talk once a week, and we talk about the music, and we talk about tempos. We talk about intent, who will be playing with us, how we feel about each song. We go through it like that. So we're both very, very familiar with the music by the time we see each other, and we will get together on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to rehearse for the cabaret convention, and then on Friday we will rehearse again for my show coming up at the Lloyd Beachman. So we will hit the ground running and rehearse. I love rehearsing because I love to know what I'm doing, and then I like to throw it away and just be.
You know, it's funny. I went to see a show the other night, and the singer said that she did a show with Helen Reddy. And Helen Reddy said, the only advice that I give you is never practice. Can you believe that?
I mean, everybody, I just really find that everyone is so different. Like, I was listening to your interview, and you seem like someone that's very disciplined. Like you said, you like to go to bed early, which I think is wonderful. And you also really take care of your body, which I really respect that. And, I try to do the same as a singer. I think it's very important. But I think what I really got from listening to you and watching you is that you make your own decisions about things in your life. And as a woman, I can't thank you enough for setting the bar so high for the rest of us,
Oh, gosh.
And I mean that.
So
I mean that. It's people like you that set a certain standard for the rest of us to follow, and I really appreciate that you talked about that. And I also wanted to say that for me, just observing, I got a direct line between your music and your spirituality. And I don't mean religion. I mean, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
You're a Baptist, I'm a Catholic. It doesn't matter. We have friends that are Jewish, Buddhist. But what I picked up was your direct line from your God to your music, and it was just beautiful to listen to and pick that up from you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I grew up Baptist, but I changed my focus many years ago to understand what God is, and it's in me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not out in the air, in the sky somewhere. God is in me.
Yeah,
and that's what I like to hope that people pick up, and I'm glad that you felt.
Well, I picked it right up, and I really want to thank you. And we're going to keep posting about your show. We're going to let people know, and then this goes into podcasts, so people will know about what you're doing. And please, Avery, always feel free. Now we're Facebook friends. If you're ever doing anything, even in Florida or other parts of the country, just send it to me or send it to Richard, and I promise I'll post it on my show page. Okay?
And I will too.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Okay, so and just when's your birthday? You're not a Gemini, are you?
No, I am a Taurus. I'm a full double Taurus.
Oh
So
boy.
is Danny.
Oh boy. Okay, that's where the discipline comes in. Okay, my friend. Well, God bless you, and break a leg, and I hope to see you soon.
Oh, God bless you too. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye,
Love you.
Richard.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Love you. Okay.
Thanks. Isn't she wonderful?
Wow.
I love
My
her.
hand is literally buzzing from holding that phone and the energy in it. What a lovely, lovely human being. Okay, I want to quickly, because Eric Eves Garcia is going to call in at 9:40. I want to scroll down.
So many people.
We have so many people that joined us. So Michael Barberi,
I love
just
Michael.
saw him last week at
Piano
Piano Bar Live,
Let's
which
plug that.
Yeah, so at Brandy's on Monday nights from 7 to 9. Piano Bar Live. It's
They've extended it.
I believe so. I believe it's 2 more Mondays. If I'm not mistaken.
Is it 2 hours now?
I think it's 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
it's 2 hours. So
I
go
only
down
got
to
an hour when
Brandy's
I was on it.
Well, you're 2 hours worth in an
Okay,
hour. So
well,
there's
thank you.
that. So yeah, Piano Bar Live. Michael Mackesy, Scotty Barbarino are running that, and the wonderful, gorgeous, I love him, Jim Lazar, the owner of Brandy's. And
I haven't seen Jim in so
oh my
long.
God, he's beautiful. I love Jim.
Yes.
So go to your Monday nights,
Mhm.
Brandy's from 7 to 9, Piano Bar Live. It doesn't cost you anything. Just buy 2 drinks and enjoy the music. And if you can't get there, watch it on Facebook Live. Janet Betta, she's in Connecticut. She's joined us. Leah Sutton has joined us. She's in Florida. Okay, so that's where Avery
Myra
Summers is.
Martino, who just
I love Myra.
Did you
I
see her new
love-
husband?
New. He's been around for a while.
Well, he's new to her. They're newlyweds.
Well, I guess. I think a few years now, but they act like newlyweds. That's what's so cute.
Well,
yeah, he's hunky.
She's gorgeous and he's cute.
Yeah. And she's funny as hell. She's
what was
funny
that?
as hell.
Well, I'm living vicariously through both of them.
Well, listen, that's what they say about you too. Angelo Mastrolia has joined us. That is Jerry Mastrolia's dad and Silvana Mastrolia's brother, sweetheart. Steve Isaacson has joined us. Leo has posted all the links.
He is the best.
He is the best to find the West Bank Cafe so that you can find Avery. But he's also posted Avery's show as well. So Jeffrey Hefney has joined us. Let me see. He's posted the Mabel Mercer Foundation for the Cabaret Convention. Mark Anthony Edwards. Hi, Mark Anthony. How are you? Mark Anthony Edwards says the Cabaret Convention is amazing. We love attending. He and B. Michael of B. Michael America
Mhm.
Designs, and Mark Anthony. They are B. Michael America. Juliana Cesari. She's in LA. And I just saw her. We were there for a film festival. Susie
Oh, how
Campbell.
was that?
It was so much fun.
Oh,
It was so much fun. And Julie was there with her beautiful boyfriend, Steve. Lauren Moran Mills, your girlfriend. I know you have a little crush on her. I think he has a little crush on you, Lauren, if I'm not mistaken. Kenny Holcomb has joined us from Nashville. He's coming to visit soon. We're going to have a Kenny Holcomb night at the Duplex. Darius and I are already talking about it. George Hernandez, he is in Kentucky, but he's a Miami guy. There's Avery's post. So Leo's posted that, a direct link to find Avery's show. Who else we have? Frank
Scarron.
Yep, Frank's there. Sean Kent. Hi, Sean Kent. Paul Unson has joined us. Jeffrey Campbell, my sweet friend. Happy anniversary to you and Stephen L. Bell. Tonight is their anniversary.
Joe Gullah.
Joe Gullah, you have a crush on him too.
Well,
Joan Dix. Isabella Raskowski, that's my cousin Marisa in
I love
Massachusetts.
Joe Gullah.
Everybody loves Joe Gullah. Billy Young has
I want
joined
to
us.
be Joe Gullah when I grow up.
That's what he said about you.
I know.
I can't
know.
believe it. Jerry Mastrolia has joined us. Terry Ross. Now, Terry Ross is my friend. She's an amazing jewelry designer. I mean, amazing. And I'm going to be working her kiosks in Bryant Park.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On Fridays. She'll be there most other days, but on Fridays I'm going to be there. Her jewelry.
Where is her kiosk?
It's on Bryant Park. So starting.
Isn't that just a square?
No, it's a big park, and they have all these
I'm
kiosks.
joking.
Are you being funny again?
I'm being funny. It was
Oh my
it's
God!
A
What am I going to do with him? Thomas Lineman has joined us from Southie, Massachusetts, Boston. He's a sweetheart. He's my friend. David Steckel. So many people. Mandar Chick Magnet has joined us from Jersey City. Chris DePiero. Mark Callahan. Justine Mary. Oh my God. Meg Gallagher from Massachusetts.
Oh, there's
Piano Bar Live. Thank
right
you,
there.
Leo. He's posted that. This is going on and on. Joe Gullah, I think we are both shockingly attractive. He said, and I'm thrilled to be
That was a secret.
I love that. And
Well, this is where you get the real news, everyone. Forget fake news. You get real news.
real
right
news here. And Malachi Robinson has joined. Dana Joel Nicholson, my next door neighbor, who is so sweet. I love him and is buzzing people in, has joined us. So all the guests are in now, Dana. You can. Oh, Frenchie is calling in. Well, Eric Eves Garcia. I call him
You have
Frenchie.
him listed as Frenchie.
Of course, he's my Frenchie. Frenchie,
Frenchie.
do you know who's here with me, Frenchie?
I have a guess.
Yes.
Is it Richard Skipper?
Richard
Richard
Skipper,
Skipper.
and Danny is in the audience as we speak.
Now I have to ask
Oh.
you: is Russ at Chez Josephine?
Yeah, he's downstairs. As a matter of fact, I just told him I'll be back in 10 minutes. And
Oh,
he said,
okay.
that's okay. I'm gonna listen to the show. While
That's
I'm
what he's
sitting here."
doing. He already just typed in.
I told Russ. We booked it up here. I ran out of the show earlier so that I could get up here.
Right.
I'm showing
Well,
him.
I
Go ahead.
I even asked him. I said, I know that you saw a show tonight at Pangea, and I said, wait, did Richard call in, or like, did he have a helicopter? How the hell did he?
Yeah, his helicopter is called Danny.
Dan Sherman. That's
yeah,
it.
Dan Sherman gunned it, as they say, up the
Right up
FDR.
the West Side Highway.
West Side Highway. Now, I keep wanting to call you Frenchie, but I can't. Eric Eves Garcia, this is my great friend. I love him, but he's extremely talented and handsome. Everyone's always asking me about Frenchie. Now, you're at Chez Joe tonight, right?
Yeah. I'm at 15 on 42nd. I'm here every Tuesday and Wednesday.
And what time does the music end for you there?
It depends on the crowd, but usually about 11:30 or 12.
Okay.
What kind of a crowd do you have tonight?
Actually, tonight is great. There are
Oh.
a bunch of people that have. It's been pretty lively, and then some friends stopping by either before or after shows. So it's been really fun. Actually, it's been really lively.
So if you want to get down and you want to see Eric Eves Garcia tonight, he will be at Chez Josephine until about 11:30. Now, tell us about the cabaret convention, and you have you're going to be part of that lineup, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm on closing night, the 31st. I'm on Halloween, which is Katie's birthday
Mhm.
night, and so the convention is a thrill. Not just a thrill, but it's not gotten any less exciting and an honor to be able to be part of it since the first time that I was asked to do a song in it. And
This is your first time?
No, he's done it.
no.
That's right.
Since the first time.
Since
Oh, do you remember what the
Yeah.
first song was that you sang at the cabaret convention?
There's
I
something.
think it was. I think it was a Richard Whiting song. I think I sang "My Ideal." I got the Margaret Whiting Award, which was unbelievable. It was considering Margaret Whiting's career, but and I sang that's a Whiting song, so I sang that, and it's a Jazz at Lincoln Center in Rose Hall, and it holds terrifying amount of people.
yeah,
They're
that's
out
a
there
big
singing the
big
song.
venue.
It's a huge venue.
That's a Saturday
And,
night at Chez Josephine.
And that's just, yeah, it's definitely nobody's dropping cutlery and shouting orders. And all
Yeah,
that
that's
stuff.
true.
But,
But Eric, you
but,
play all over the country, don't you? Now, I mean, and even in London, you've been to London, you've been to Paris.
I have, yeah. I've done London 3 times. I've done Paris 2 times. I was just in, Palm Springs and.
How do you like Palm
a few months
Springs?
ago, and Palm Beach. Palm Springs is great.
I
Yeah.
I had
love
a
Palm
ball in
Springs.
Palm Springs.
Where
It's
do you
really
play in
fun.
Palm Springs?
My friend Paul O'Halloran just opened about a little more than a year ago, opened a bar called Paul Bar,
It's beautiful.
and
We went there, didn't
They-
we? Alba.
Paul Bar. It's called Paul
Paul Bar, yeah.
Oh.
P-A-U-L Bar.
Paul, yeah.
Okay.
Paul O'Halloran, yeah.
Yeah.
And he, who's a dear friend, and he, for New Year's, yeah, we had a little trio with musicians from California. It was wonderful. Palm Beach, I did a couple of months ago, but the great thing about the convention is that really, it draws really just supremely gifted people from all around the country, from Chicago and from LA and from Palm Beach and different parts of Florida, and it's a thrill. It's as much of a thrill actually for us to watch either in the wings or on the monitors who's performing, because you really do have a feeling like you're watching some of the best that's just around, and it's really it's exciting.
Yeah, and to be able to take that in real time and say, I got to see this person and this person and that person, live is an amazing thing.
See, I mean,
It is,
it all
and-
began with you walking into Chez Josephine
I love those
and
stories.
meeting Jean-Claude Baker.
Well, that's when I met. That's why I started calling him Frenchie, because I was working upstairs at Bar Centrale, and he was a customer. He would come in and tell these stories and do these French accents.
Oh, I love Jean-Claude Baker.
And that's where the nickname Frenchie comes from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have a right French.
I had a whole
That's
different
right.
scenario going on in my head.
Oh no, I'll tell you the story later off camera. But we had so much fun. Oh my God, we have so many stories together, don't we, French?
You know what? What I remember is that we bonded
Immediately.
one night immediately, and I remember you finished your shift and we went to the Galaxy Diner. Remember that? Maybe it was
Of
like
course.
3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah, of course.
and we just I don't think we've stopped talking since.
We haven't stopped talking since. It's true. It's been
Since
about
that diner.
12 years. We've just been
Mhm.
talking, and we can talk for hours on end, like two little old
It's
ladies.
true.
I'm telling you. Well, listen, I know that you are. I want to tell you, I know you got to get back to work. So Leo has posted the convention. He's also posted Shea Josephine, and he's
True.
posted your website.
Oh wow! Thank you.
Yeah, Leo's the
That's
best.
incredible.
So,
Thank you.
Can I make a request before I go?
of course, go ahead.
Now, we're going to finish at 9 o'clock, and at 9:15...
No,
at-
10.
9:10?
No, it's now 9 something. So we
Oh, it's
started
9.
at 9.
Oh, okay. So at 9:30...
10:30.
no, 10:30.
Right.
10:30, I'm sorry.
I knew what you meant.
At 10:30, I want you to Facebook Live, and I want you
Don't
to
listen to
play
him.
Moon River for me.
Okay.
Don't
At
do it.
10:30.
He'll do it. That's it.
Yes.
You must be somebody important. My goodness.
No, tell Russ to Facebook Live it. I'll be watching.
I will.
All right.
Well,
Well,
he's right there. He's sitting directly on my left. How is Avery? I wish I want to say hello to her. I'll
she
send
was
her a message,
amazing.
but,
She was amazing.
great.
And I'll save the show and I'll post it on your page, okay? So you can listen
Yeah,
to it when
please.
she was on as well.
I'd love that. She's a phenomenal singer. I encourage. She's got a show. Well, she must have mentioned it.
Yeah, she did.
I'm going to go see it because she blows the roof off.
Yeah, she really
phenomenal.
does, right? She's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I'll say it again,
Yeah.
November 2nd at 2 o'clock.
November 2nd, 2 o'clock at the Laurie Beachman Theater, which is right near Shea Joe, actually.
Yeah, right across the street.
Yeah. So that's the same neighborhood. Okay. Well, I love you to death. I really do. Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
love you too.
that is Eric Eves Garcia. He's worldly popular and very
Thanks
dashing.
for having me on.
No.
We love you, honey, and appreciate you. And thanks for calling in.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Anytime. I mean, the only thing would be better is being there in person and then eating with you after.
I know. We're going to have
We
to
should
do
do
that
it from there one night.
from Shea Joe.
Yes, wouldn't that be fun?
If we can disrupt their what they're doing there. Listen, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll figure something out. Anyway, thank you, sweetheart. And I know
Oh,
you got to
it's
get
my
back to work. Okay?
Yeah, I'm running back down there. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You know, this is a real New York moment, running upstairs to be on a radio show all over.
It really is. And for us, it is as well. We know you're running around. Now you're going to go back and tickle those ivories.
That's it.
That's it. That's
basically
the real.
plan.
That's the real deal in New York City. Okay.
Well, it was a pleasure. Richard, it's always fun talking to you. I'm
You
sorry
too.
I'm not there in person.
Oh, well, we'll make up for that later on.
I hope so. All right,
Okay.
talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, sweetheart.
Good night. Talk to you soon.
Eric Eves Garcia, fantastic human being, incredible
No, he's
musician,
great and a great writer.
amazing writer. Right? He's got a lot of great qualities. Really, he doesn't.
Alexander Carney is here.
Yes,
And
he was on the
had
show
him
last week.
Great interview.
Oh, and you folks know each other, right?
yes.
Okay, now hold on. What time is it? Because I think, yes, we have to do now. We always, so many people. Wait, let me just acknowledge our friends. Hold on. So, John De Palma, very talented.
Oh, I love John De Palma.
I know, John. I got to call you because Michael Vaccaro is going to be on the show around Christmas time.
No.
And, yes, and he wants you to be on the show with him. So
Oh,
I have
I
to
love
reach
Michael
out to John.
Vaccaro.
I promised him that I would get you to be
Is
on
he
the
going to
show.
be here in New York?
Yes, for
Oh,
one
wow.
week, and he's gonna be on the show. Kia Nelson from Philly. Hi, Kia. Ed Kutu, my friend from Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Chocolatina Q Dessert. She's out in Colorado. Jill Anderson, my friend from Morristown. I love Jill Anderson.
Did she leave New York?
Yes.
I had no
Chocolatina
idea.
left New York about over a year.
Chocolatina made a cake for me once.
Amazing.
Wonderful cake.
Yeah, me too for my 50th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. Patricia Powell has called us. Ruby Rims.
I
world's
love
famous.
Ruby Rims.
Ruby Rims was on the show. Oh my God, I had to put an explicit on that show. Jerry Mastrolia, I saw Jerry earlier. Robbie Nelson. Who else? So many people on the show. Michael Sawyer. Hi, everybody. Okay, so now we have to do the section of our show called the food section called
Okay.
Go ahead, keep eating. Ready?
Okay. Go ahead. Keep eating.
Oh my God, that was. Now I got a confession to make. I always cook for my shows, right? But Richard said, "Don't cook for us because Danny and I are coming from another show. We will have already eaten. You can have dessert, but I have to eat right now."
Of course.
When I was in LA, I went off my diet, went crazy, and then I stayed off of it so I have to get back on my diet. So I went to a restaurant up the street and I got myself a nice Mexican bowl because while I was in California, oh my God, the Mexican food there is to die. Leo Rodriguez, speaking of our favorite Mexicans, is there. So I got myself a nice taco bowl. There it is from Rice and Beans up the street in Washington Heights. I can't wait to eat this. This has the salad in there as well. So that's what I'm having tonight. Richard's already eaten. And then for dessert, we have apple cinnamon pop-ups. Look at this little donut holes.
Oh my God.
Little fall treat for us. I can make us tea, whatever you like. Or, if you're going to stick around, I know you've been flying around town today.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, you always have something going on. So we have about 6 minutes left. Go ahead.
Well,
tell us
tomorrow night, I am going to be doing an event for Dancers Over 40. Do you know this organization at all?
I mean,
well, a lot of the people in the organization say it should be called Dancers Over 80.
okay.
But what they do is they really preserve the history of dancing. Because, until just a few years ago, all that original choreography and everything was in people's memories.
Yeah, that's true.
And everything had to be recreated that way. So that's why Dancers Over 40 was started.
Okay.
So tomorrow night, the first half of the evening is going to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Wow.
50 years.
50 years.
50
Holy
years.
moly.
And then the second part of the show, they were supposed to do a tribute to Debbie Reynolds tomorrow night. And it fell apart for whatever reasons.
Okay.
So I'm talking to John Safegas, and I said, John, it's the 100th birthday of Marge Champion. Now, Danny and I were in LA. We were in Palm Springs for Carol Channing's memorial in March.
Wow.
And we drove
this year?
This year.
Wow.
And we drove to Los Angeles and had lunch with Marge Champion.
How cool
who
is that?
is just turned 100.
Oh my God.
And I know we don't want to get political here.
Well,
at
you
all.
can get political if you
But
want.
Marge Champion said, Richard, I have to live long enough to see that man out of the White House.
And keep going, Marge.
I said, hang on there. You got to. So anyway, we're going to be celebrating her. I don't know if you know this about Marge Champion, but she started out when she was 17 years old as a model at Disney.
Really?
She was the original model for Snow White.
No.
And before computer animated, everything was computer animated now. But at that time, what they used to do is they would film her. So she filmed all of Snow White's scenes. Wow. And then Google
they
it.
Drew?
And then they would draw. They didn't draw over her, but the artist would draw based on her movement.
Oh my God.
She was also the model for the Blue Fairy in Pinocchio.
Really?
And she is the hippopotamus in Fantasia.
I
The
didn't know
dancing,
that.
and
That's
so
amazing.
and then she met Gower Champion, and they were at one time the top dance team in all of the country. When she was in her 80s, she did Follies on Broadway
Wow.
with a dancer named Donald Sadler.
In her 80s.
In her
80s.
80s.
That's amazing.
And her and Donald Sadler, until he got too old to be able to do this, and he has since passed away, but they would get together and they would dance they would go to a dance studio every afternoon and dance in
That's
their
amazing.
80s.
I have to stop you because Dominic Pupa, of course, always the disruptor, has joined us. And look what he wrote. I was also a model for Snow White at 17.
But he drifted.
Okay. All right, Dom. He got you.
Okay.
Dominic,
Marge Champion used to wear a T-shirt that said, I was Snow White, but I drifted.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic. Okay, and Leo Rodriguez has posted the link to his show. So Leo's show will be, there's one in November, first week Monday in November, first Monday in December.
You'll be there, won't you?
Yeah, I'm the director.
Okay. Well, I know you are.
And he's doing one. I'm so excited about this. He's doing one of my original songs. And I won't tell you which one. You'll have to come and see the show, but he is doing one. Joe Gullo, wonderful spending time with the entertainment elite. I feel closer to both of you. Thank you, Joe. I learned a lot, and I believe I am a better person. Thanks for the experience. Joe, we can't thank you enough.
No, of course not.
Who he is, talk about always having something going on. He's been so busy this year. Oh, and thank you, Leo. Leo has posted the What's the Story with Maria order form.
No, I have to say this because Danny's in the room.
Yeah.
Joe Gullo said that if we get the Maria Gentili sleeping bag, we can share it together, but non-sexual, of course.
Of course. It's all platonic.
Joe Gullo and I are
share. Yeah, he wants a sleeping bag. He wants some What's the Story with Maria's sleeping bag. Dominic Puba, tickets purchased for November Dominic Puba will be there for the show as well, for Leo's show.
Oh, great.
So you guys will be in the audience at the same night. Do not upstage, Dominic. I'm warning you now.
Look what Joe Gullo just wrote.
This is a non-sexual way. I'm so glad you guys are on the same page.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So anyway, what else? What else you have going on? We have a few minutes left. Pretty soon, Jimmy Bell, our producer, is going to pop on and tell us to wrap
Dominic,
it up.
do you see what he says?
What does he say?
He's going to purchase fresh tomatoes that day. They hurt more when tossed.
All right. You know what? You see what I'm saying?
Tomato sauce goes great with chow mein from Gypsy.
Oh, from Gypsy.
So if they throw the tomatoes at us.
We can handle it. We can handle it. All right.
We are
so
professionals.
you're doing that tomorrow night, and you said that.
And I've got a great panel. I'm moderating. I've got Rex Reed.
Oh, wow.
Mindy Aloff, who wrote the book Hippos and Tutus.
Rex Reed.
John Kingmaker, who is an Academy Award-winning animator, and he's done extensive interviews with Marge. We're going to show some wonderful
And where
clips.
is this, Richard?
St. Luke's on 46th Street.
Cool.
Go to my website. All the information's there. RichardSkipper.com.
RichardSkipper.com. All right. So we want Jimmy. How much time do we have, honey? A minute. So we want to thank Jim Bell. He's our producer and engineer. We want to thank Joe Rocks from Armed Radio. We want to tell you, come back every week, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Facebook Live, armeddigitalmedia.com, Armed Radio Global. Get your TuneIn app and type in Armed Radio, and you'll always get to hear us. We really appreciate you. We got so much going on. Next week, I have Lisa Ramirez, amazing actress and friend. Have a wonderful night, and I hope you had a good time. And thanks for putting up with our Facebook.
I love you.
Mwah. Love you,
this
baby.
is great.
Night, everybody.
And thank Danny.
Thank you, Danny, always. Thank you, Danny. Uh-oh.
User left your channel.